Good morning from Nassau here in the Bahamas. We are currently pulling into port so we get a nice view of the entire island here, and I am still getting ready because we have brunch this morning at Palo, so I will turn the camera around soon, but just wanted to give you this beautiful view of our morning. Clearly I'm still getting ready here, but I pulled out my hair dryer from the little desk area, which is where I'm seated at, and I had talked about the hair dryer in the room tour, but I didn't pull it out and really show it off, which this might be a minor thing to you, but I almost packed a hair dryer because sometimes they're just like super weak and it feels like you're just pushing hot air onto your hair and it takes forever for your hair to dry. And I don't have particularly long hair, but I don't want to be in our stateroom forever just trying to dry my hair. So this is what it looks like. I don't know this brand, Bentley, but like I said in the stateroom tour, it does come with one of these nozzle attachments, which really helps kind of direct the air at your roots and gives you a little bit of volume. So I am going to show you really quickly what the power of it looks like. So I am going to turn down the volume of this clip so it doesn't blast your ears out with a hairdryer sound, but I figured some people might want to know this and save a little space in their luggage because I will not be packing a hairdryer on future Disney cruises. So here we go. I've almost got all of my hair done. As you can see, this lovely chunk here is not finished with curling, but I looked out the window because all of a sudden this cruise ship was pulling in next to us. So I'm going to flip you around and show you what it is. So this is the Carnival Liberty. So it looks like they're going to be our neighbors for the day here in Nassau. And I'm like hiding from all of them as I get ready here, but they are definitely very close. We could probably have a conversation between one stateroom to the other. So just wanted to show you that because it was such a big surprise, quite a huge surprise actually, when I looked out the window to see them right next to us. We're at Palo for brunch and I'm going to be as quiet as I can. We have 2 glasses of Prosecco. We got the antipasti platter with all kinds of meats and cheeses and a balsamic. We've got pastries, almond, Nutella, blueberry oatmeal, and then over here is our savory breads. So we are so excited for our brunch.
With some bread and some
Yay! We've enjoyed some of the breads and cheeses, and now John has a ham and cheese omelet.
3 cheese omelet.
Excuse me, sorry. 3 cheese omelet. Have to get it correct, which looks beautiful, and it has some fresh tomato sauce on top. And I'm still going to enjoy all of these wonderful things before our other 2 items arrive. And for our entree, we are splitting the lasagna bolognese and the crusted Parmesan chicken with a creamy risotto. And we have aged Parmesan on top, and she split it for us tableside. We are very, very excited about this part. This is going to be my main meal. We're still going strong with a margarita flatbread, half margarita and half spicy Italian sausage. So John got the sausage one. I've got margarita. We'll see how much of this we can eat.
Going strong is a lie.
Going strong. We're slowing down. And for our final course, we have dessert. This is the warm chocolate amaretto cake with a espresso white chocolate, although it's
gelato.
Espresso white chocolate gelato. And then our server Freya, she brought us a vanilla bean panna cotta with a strawberry basil sorbet, which sounds very refreshing. So we're going to hopefully make room for these beautiful desserts. So we just got back from our beautiful brunch at Palo, and it exceeded all of our expectations, and we were so sad to leave, but we had to because we are absolutely stuffed. And I thought that we were full after eating at Cabanas yesterday, but this just took it to a whole nother level. And then last night at the Enchanted Garden, we had 3 desserts. Maybe we even had 4. I don't even remember at this point, but this brunch was truly fantastic. And I had watched so many YouTube videos that had glowing reviews. I read lots of blogs, and people just love this restaurant, and I can see exactly why. The service and attention to detail was just phenomenal. Our server Freya, she walked us through the entire menu. She walked us through the restaurant and some of the design there. And I didn't want to film a lot of this part, one, because I didn't want to disturb other people who were eating and dining at the restaurant, trying to enjoy their experience, but I really just wanted to also take it in for us because we are celebrating our anniversary. I just want to kind of be in the moment for a lot of these things. But there was a beautiful glass blown chandelier or light fixture that mimicked the different shapes of pasta, and that was created in Italy, very close to Venice, which we have had the pleasure of visiting before. So that was really cool, and I think that the entire restaurant, from what she was describing to us as we entered in, it has a Venetian theme. So it's very upscale, there's beautiful music playing, and it just felt very relaxing. Our view today wasn't as great as I had hoped it would be. I thought we'd be able to see more of the water, but we have the Carnival Liberty parked next to us, so they're currently taking up a lot of the view of the island, but that is okay because most of the time we were just enjoying each other's company and enjoying the beautiful food that was set before us. So for the rest of today, we have liked so many different things on our Disney Cruise Line app. They used to print out paper navigators with all the different activities going on throughout the day, but now that is just updated in the Disney Cruise Line app. So you do have to use your phone a little bit more now than it sounds like you did in the past. We've never cruised before, so we don't have any experience to compare it to. It is nice because you can refresh the app throughout the day and they might add more activities, but this morning when I woke up, I hearted all of the things, and now we're just going to see which ones interest us the most. So that is what's going on today, and dinner tonight is at Remy, so probably not going to eat for a few hours to let our stomach settle and just make room for another wonderful meal later on. We just finished up one of our activities. We did a 3D model of the ship, and this one is...
The ship is right.
This is mine. John has already discarded his. I thought that it was going to be like one of the, got hair in my mouth. Oh. Thought it was going to be one of the like laser cut ones, but I guess I didn't read the directions on the navigator because it definitely said paper model. It was fun, and we had some good laughs. Well, John's big hands tried to fold and cut with child scissors, so that was fun. We definitely had some laughter. And I keep going like this, and
That's how ships go.
he's laughing. So we're gonna relax here on these loungers. These are very comfortable. It's like a wooden recliner with a cushy cushion on top. And we're scrolling through the rest of the navigator. We might do a ship tour later, which is an 18 and older tour, and it talks about, I think, the art of the ship and how they design certain things. So we're gonna do that and work off some of our brunch. And then, forget what else we had highlighted. Oh, we're considering buying into bingo. So if we win the $3,000 pot, we are most definitely going on another Disney cruise. So stay tuned for that. Right now we're seated right under the lifeboats, so we can see them all the way down the ship deck. And the interesting fact about these, which I already knew, was that Disney had to get special permission from the Coast Guard to paint these yellow to match kind of Mickey's theme colors. And so you can see on the Carnival, theirs are orange. So Disney won out that petition, so that is why theirs are yellow, because it matches Mickey's shoes and his buttons. So we may not be resting here as much as we thought, because the army men from Toy Story just suddenly were screaming, screaming down the deck. So we're probably going to move on from this spot, but it was a nice, quiet, calm spot until then. So we are in the atrium, so you might hear some ambient music going around. We just ended a 45-minute walking tour. What was it called? Art of Theming or something like that.
Art of the Theme Show.
Art of the Theme Show. So I missed it on the navigator. I was looking for it, and John was the one who found it, and we overheard one of the crew members saying that they'd put those on pause throughout most of the pandemic and for a while here as cruise ships started back up, but the tour was just brought back to the navigator itinerary. So we were very excited to go on it, and it was very informative, and we're glad that we did it towards the beginning of our cruise, or as close as the beginning as we could. I was hoping that it would be yesterday, but maybe we just missed it on the navigator. So anyways, it just really was fascinating to hear some of the story, some of the design details behind the ship, and particularly like something as small as carpets. So when you're walking to your stateroom, there is a ship in the carpet, and if you're walking towards the front of the boat, the front of the ship, you'll see that that image is the correct side up. And if you're walking towards the back, it will be upside down. So you can kind of navigate your way throughout the cruise ship just by looking at carpets, which is really cool. And of course there's more theming in different areas and things like that, but that was really neat, and just lots more details shared by one of the crew members. So highly recommend that if you get the chance to go on one of the tours, if you have some time, definitely set aside time for it. Sorry, I was looking out the window porthole trying to see if we were moving or the other ship is moving. I'm not sure of either one of those, but anyways, highly recommend the walking tour. There's not a ton of walking involved, so we did wear our comfy shoes, but if you're someone who is worried about your knees or your back or anything like that, there are some places where you could sit. You can take the elevator and meet the group in different places, but highly recommend that you try that and give it a like on your navigator selection. And I didn't really get to stop and pause and show you the atrium yesterday, but it has this huge chandelier with Swarovski crystals all in it, and you can see some of the characters in the metal all throughout here. There's hidden Mickeys on the elevators, and we learned all of that on our tour. And he said that the theme of the ship kind of reflects the golden age of cruising, so it's kind of brought into the modern era, but you'll see lots of gold and even some of the artwork and fonts. You'll just notice that they kind of reflect that old-timey feel, but still very glamorous and very beautiful. And there is one of the hidden Mickeys, although he's pretty obvious. That one might be a little more hidden. The ship that caught my eye was this celebrity cruise ship. They are pulling away. We do not leave port for another few hours, John said, but I thought it opened up this beautiful view of palm trees and bright blue water. Just thought that was really nice. So we're looking forward to swimming in the ocean tomorrow at Castaway Cay, but for today we're enjoying so many fun things here on board the Disney Dream. And we're in one of the end elevators, so I hope that we get to see some of the artwork going up. I thought I saw Gus Gus and Jacques. No, I didn't. Oh my god. Oh, that's perfect with the song. We got Genie. We're headed out of Nassau, and over there is the Atlantis Hotel. So if you do one of the excursions, that is where that would be. So I did that with my family a long time ago. Like I said, we were on the Disney Magic in 98 and 99. So we did that back then, but John and I had a great day exploring the ship, so we do not regret not doing an excursion, but we had some beautiful views and hope that everyone who did go out on an excursion had lots of fun. So we are now headed to Castaway Cay, so saying goodbye to Nassau. Back in our stateroom from a almost 3-hour dinner at Remy. It was something that I went back and forth on. If you watched my Sunday slice, I was asking for opinions on it, and I thought it over a lot. I read more reviews, and we ended up actually talking to a cast member on the first day. I sent them a message through the chat, and they asked us to come down to Enchanted Garden, which is where they were located on Embarkation Day. And we just had a quick conversation about whether or not Remy was the best fit for us and for our anniversary celebration, which is pretty much this entire trip. But the crew member there, she recommended it to us. She said that she would make a special note about having a beautiful table overlooking the water, and she would put in a note that we do not eat seafood. So they were incredibly accommodating. I'm going to recap the entire meal at some other point here on the cruise, or maybe even at home. Right now our ship is rocking much more than it did yesterday. It's not bad, but it's enough to where I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, so I'm ready to lay down and just kind of rest and get a good night's sleep. So I do have a beautiful rose that they gave to me as we left Remy, so that was very nice, and it smells very fragrant. And I did want to show you our towel animal for the evening. So last night we had a little puppy, and today we have a little frog. So he looks like a lot of fun, and more chocolates for us to enjoy. I had one of these today. John didn't even eat his from last night because we were given so many desserts, and I think the same case is going to go for tonight. We were given so many desserts at Remy. Again, I will recap all of that and insert it into this vlog, probably here at the end. But the chocolates we will not be eating tonight. We can enjoy them in the future though. So our evening at Remy was absolutely wonderful. It was spectacular. I thought that Palo couldn't be topped in regards to service and atmosphere, and don't get me wrong, Palo was still amazing, but Remy definitely takes it to a whole nother level, and it is truly a very fine dining experience. So as soon as we walked into the restaurant, I noticed how small and intimate it was. There weren't very many tables at all. The music was very quiet. And in fact, at the time that we arrived for our reservation, there were only 2 other couples in the restaurant. So it was very, very quiet. And we were seated right on kind of the front row of the restaurant, right next to the windows, so we could look out over the water. I do wish that I had made our reservation a little bit later. When I had first made it, I was thinking that we didn't want to be there, until 10 o'clock at night. So I made it on the earlier side, knowing that it was going to be a long experience. But with that comes the heat of the sun that is still setting. So if I was to book this again, I would definitely look at the sunset time and try to match that up so that we could see the sunset, but not feel quite as warm. However, they noticed that the sun was still pretty bright, and they drew the shades, and we were immediately greeted with a cocktail that was prepared tableside. It was called the Colette, and I will put a picture right here for you guys to see. It was delicious. It was a champagne cocktail with some other things mixed in that I can't remember, but we both enjoyed it very much. And after we were able to sip on our cocktail for a little bit, our server came over and just started a conversation with us about our food preferences, because he had already read the notes in our reservation that we did not prefer seafood. And in fact, he said that he did not prefer seafood as well, so that made me feel more comfortable, like I was not offending the chef, that, we weren't going to eat any of the seafood dishes. So we were able to look at the menu, and we ultimately decided to go with the 2 prefix menus, one that is more French inspired and one that has some more American flair. You can still order a la carte, but we went with the prefix menus, and our server was great. He went through every course in advance, and we kind of just said yes or no. And then if we said no, he gave us an alternative option that we could swap it out with. Or, if John's menu had something that I really liked, we would just swap from each other. So they were very accommodating right from the beginning, and we really appreciated that. We still received a few items as a surprise that we didn't love as much, but we were okay trying them, and it was okay with us that, you know, they weren't our favorites. We were still brought many things that we really loved and enjoyed. So it wasn't, I was worried that we were gonna leave this restaurant feeling hungry still and that we'd be going to get burgers and fries somewhere. But that was not the case. So we were ultimately presented with about 7 to 8 courses. I'll put some more pictures of some of the food right over here. One of my favorite courses was this mushroom, I think it was short rib or some kind of beef ravioli with this delicious creamy cheesy sauce on top. It was incredible, and I am not a big fan of mushrooms at all. So I was really proud of myself for trying that, and I'm glad I did because it was one of my favorite things. We also received some potato gnocchi that was good. John got an amazing beef tenderloin. And just all of the food, it just was so beautifully prepared and presented. And there were so many people that were serving us and waiting on us throughout the entire evening. And then I say we received 7 to 8 courses because dessert came in like 3 or 4 different rounds. But the most special one was when they brought out this large silver egg, and our server had on white gloves to present it to us. And they lifted the lid, and inside was like this chocolate torte or some kind of chocolate dessert, which had a gold dusted chocolate plaque that said happy anniversary in French. So that was very beautiful to receive. And then they brought it back to the kitchen, sliced it up, and presented it to us along with, again, like 3 or 4 other items, including little chocolates at the table and then boxed chocolates to go. So it was truly just an experience of unlike anything we've ever had before. And I would recommend it if you're willing to try a few things out of your comfort zone. Like we were nervous, but we tried them. If you can do that and just have that conversation with your server about some of the things that you like and dislike, I really think that it would be a fun experience for you to try at least once. For us, it's definitely not going to be something that we do on every cruise, but I'm really glad that we did it on this one. So that's gonna wrap up our first full day on the Disney Dream. I don't even know which day this is in the vlog series. We'll see how I end up breaking it up, but thank you so much for watching. Hopefully by now I have split in the footage of the recap of Remy, and I hope that you enjoyed that. And if you are also on the fence about going to Remy, please let me know in the comments down below, you know, what questions you have about our experience, or you know, if I can help you with anything, I would love to. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow when we are at Castaway Cay. Bye!